Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are going to be doing a directed drawing of a tiger. You can see my tiger right there. And we will be creating a tiger and following directions. So for instance, the first step that you are going to take, let me see if I can draw right here for you. So you are going to draw a large circle in the middle of your paper. Now my circle's not perfect, that's okay. It does not need to be perfect because when we get through with all of our steps, your tiger will look good. And everybody's tiger should be different anyway. So here's my rule with directed drawings. We will not do many of them this year, but when we do a directed drawing, even if you mess up, I'm going to ask that you continue working. So let's say I did not like my circle. Well, I'm going to continue following all the directions, and when I'm totally done, if I still don't like it, then Miss Kilgore will give you another sheet of paper. So that's my rule. Don't get frustrated. Again, it's just a piece of art. It's just a sheet of paper. So you're going to follow all the directions. Finish your drawing. If it's the worst drawing you've ever seen in your whole entire life, I will give you a new sheet of paper, but it must be complete. So keep up with me. Here's why I do this. If you stop at this step and say, I want a new sheet of paper, by the time I get you a new sheet of paper, we're going to be so far ahead that you will have missed a bunch of steps. So just take this as a practice drawing, and then I'll give you a new sheet of paper and you'll kind of know what to do. And you can look at the one that you drew first and say, I don't like this about my first one. I don't like this about my first one. And then you can do a new one. Many times I will like your first one better than your second one, but that's just me. So we will start by drawing a large circle in the middle of your paper. You do want to leave room all the way around it. Okay? Our second step is we are going to draw the ears of our tiger. And tigers have really big ears. And they're not really pointed like a kitty cat. They are more of a rounded triangle. So there's one. Here on the other side, it's kind of a rounded triangle. Then we are going to add some fun little zigzag lines to show the inside, and you can take your Sharpie and kind of draw some lines on top of that to create texture. I'm just drawing some more small zigzag lines to create texture and kind of make it look furry. So I'll do that on both, and I'll do that while you have a moment to catch up. Just zigzagging away over here. Okay, next we are going to draw our tiger's eyes. So, about halfway down the circle, I want you to do a rainbow line. Well, it's a little bit up higher than halfway. So do a line that sort of looks like a rainbow for both eyes. And then on the bottom, you're going to do a line that looks like a smiley face. Just like that. So my tiger has big eyes. Okay. Got it? A rainbow type line for the top on both. And a smiley face on the bottom. My eyes are two different sizes. It is okay. It's really hard to make them exactly perfect. So I'm not worried about it being perfect. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is you are going to draw a circle inside the tiger's eyes. Okay, so I'm trying to get it to where you can see. So a circle inside each of the tiger's eyes. And then at the top, you are going to add a circle that is colored in black, just a small one. And that can really go anywhere in there. This kind of makes my tiger look like he's looking up. Make this one a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, Now we're going to, at the corner of his eye, we're going to add a little curly Q line up. Okay, now we're going to draw his nose. So down here, we are going, in the middle of the eyes, we're going to draw a triangle. And then we're going to connect that to the corners of his eyes. Okay. And then I'm going to add a big circle over here. Goes from the top of the nose to the bottom of the nose. And a big circle over here. And then just a little mouth right here. Okay. So this is white on a tiger. The nose could be orange or pink. And the mouth is white as well. The rest of them is yellows and oranges. Okay, now we are going to draw his body. So just from his head down to the bottom of the paper, you're just going to draw kind of a curved line. All right, if you want to be really fun, you could maybe add a little tail back here. That's up to you. You don't have to add that. And if you wanted to cover it up later, you could. But you could add a tail. All right. He also has a little white spot on his chest. So right here in the center, I'm just going to draw a little white circle, or half circle, I should say. Maybe a half oval would be more accurate. Just like that. And now all we have left to do are his stripes. So he's going to have stripes on the top of his head, the sides of his cheeks, and he'll have stripes on his chest. So let me show you the stripes that we're going to add. The first thing that I like to do is add a triangle on his nose and do those zigzag lines to make it look like stripes. Then from the top of that triangle, we're going to add a line that goes straight up. Okay? You can do zigzag lines to make stripes. And then we're going to do a few little lines on his forehead like this with our zigzaggy stripy lines. Okay? Next up are going to be his cheeks. So we are going to add some lines that kind of go down toward his cheeks. You could do 1, 2, or 3. So just start kind of like near where the ear is and come down toward his cheeks. And I'm sorry, it's hard for me to draw and for you to see me. I'm just doing these zigzag lines. It just kind of creates more texture. This is called implied texture, which means it's not real texture. We couldn't feel it and it wouldn't feel like anything, but it just gives the effect of hair. Okay, now on his chest, we are going to do some lines that sort of look like V's. So we're going to start way up here, and we're going to come down to the white part and come back up, kind of like a bandana. We're going to do 3 of those. Or if you have more, if you have room for more, you could do more. And then I'm just going to take my Sharpie and add my zigzag line. Now, if we have time today, we will paint our little guy. But if not, we will paint him next week. I do want to give y'all some time to finish your feathers. So, if you are not finished with your feather, we're going to work on that after we finish drawing our tiger. So there's my tiger. Again, if yours looks different than mine, that's awesome. We don't want them to all look the same. I did this project last year with kindergarten in 1st grade, and it was so much fun, and my kindergartners did a wonderful job. Remember, if you don't like the drawing that you just made, I will give you a new sheet of paper.